Welcome to my channel. Spoilers ahead. A geek is imprisoned for retaliating against a bully in this film. Outside, the bully is waiting for him to exact his vengeance. This nerd turns out to be a martial arts instructor in prison. A decent man who is the world's youngest MMA champion. So, what exactly does the training entail? Is he capable of combating his foes? Let's see what we can find out. Ha-Joon is the protagonist of the film, who is returning home after becoming the world's youngest MMA champion. He also gets good news from his mom that his little sister is also coming back after they haven't seen each other for a long time. While arriving, the house is already dark and everyone seems to sleep. He is opening the refrigerator, but it turns out that his hand has become covered by blood. Then, he sees his sister and also his mom are dying. Suddenly, a man tries to kill him using rope. He turns things around and smacks him down. There are also two other men fighting with him using knives. But they are all knocked down and beaten badly. Seeing his sister and mother die, he punches them all without stopping until they are dead. Couple years after that, the news has been spread and this youngest MMA world champion is sentenced to prison. On the other hand, in school, there is a smartest nerd student, named Woo, who is busy preparing to continue his studies. Then, there is a new transfer student who is an active boxing athlete, named Seok. Everyone welcomes him. But, in the break time, Seok is directly beating the ruler in their school and he becomes number 1 there. It turns out that Seok recognizes Woo, who is his former victim of bullying in junior high school. Then, he bullies Woo badly, but his girlfriend doesn't accept his action. Seok turns his bullying into this girl. It makes Woo beg him to stop, but he gets more bullied instead. His patience is running out. He then takes a sharp pen and stabs Seok's eyes until they bleed. The scene moves to the courts, where Woo is sentenced as guilty and imprisoned for some years. Now, he continues his life by being a prisoner. There, he finds a good friend and also joins a good cowardly gang, who always hopes for peace. Woo gets informed that there are 3 men that he has to avoid. This big strong man and the nimble short man, both of them are gangster leaders. And the last is Ha-Joon, the MMA champion, who is also imprisoned there. One day, the prisoners are playing football and they need 2 more players. Woo and his friend are forced to play. While playing, Woo gets scolded because he just stands still. While he tries to kick the ball, it turns out that he kicks the wrong balls. It makes this big man furious and Woo is forcibly dragged somewhere. On their way, Ha-Joon is passing by. Seems Ha-Joon is a good person. Woo rushes to him and is begging for help. He looks indifferent to Woo. But suddenly he pities him and tries to talk with them for leaving him. Doesn't accepting being ordered, this big man suddenly punches Woo. But, he can dodge it easily and even knock him down by only 1 slap. Although he is free today, Woo still gets haunted by the big man and his gang. On the same day, he also got a visitor. He is Seok, who threatens him by saying that he will wait for him until he is free and kill him instantly. Woo is scared while crying and asks him for forgiveness. But, Seok ignores him and leaves. Day by day he feels haunted. One day, while Ha-Joon is exercising, Woo comes to ask Ha-Joon to train him. But he ignores him and continues exercising. The next day, Woo asks the same thing to him but he ignores him again. Being annoyed followed by him, Ha-Joon stops and asks him to forget about it if he wants revenge and kills his enemies. But, Woo answers that he only wants to live as a normal person where no one is disturbing him. Pity to him, Ha-Joon suddenly changes his mind and asks him to come there tomorrow for his first day training. It turns out that it's not as easy as that. He will accept him as a student when he can beat him on running 100 rounds. Appears that he lost badly from Ha-Joon. But, he still continues his running even if he can't take it anymore. He staggers while imagining Seok and the big man prisoner. He comes back again and runs even faster until he faints. The next day, Ha-Joon meets the head of the prison, where he will give a special treatment for Ha-Joon because he's been a very good prisoner. Ha-Joon takes this offer by asking him something related to Woo. It turns out that Woo has been moved to Ha-Joon's room, so he can focus on his training. This is a good idea, but haven't had the chance to thank you yet. Woo is immediately told to do push UPS. And he even can't make one pull-up. Day by day, he needs to focus on the basics, starting from push-ups, pull-up, punching, kicking, and also eat more food. Few weeks passed, Woo having good progress, and even exceed Ha-Joon's expectations. But it doesn't stop him. He even still trains while reading books. His friend salutes him but also gives him bad news. Ha-Joon will be moved to another prison. While Woo is training his fighting skills, he's dumbfounded because of the previous news. Knowing that, Ha-Joon only asks him about how long he will hide behind him. That makes him motivated. Then, Woo's friend is dragged by the big man's subordinate and gets bullied. Seeing that, Woo appears bravely and even counters their attack well, and they leave. The next day, Woo gets called by the big man. There, Woo apologizes for what has been done yesterday. But he gets bullied again. Not satisfied with that, the big man also punches him. With reflex, he dodges it easily and even gives a counter-attack. Now, they are about fighting. Even if he has been trained, his power is still lacking and he gets smacked. Woo is able to hit him many times, but it doesn't mean anything. Then, he is knocked down. But, this stubborn kid wakes up because of his strong determination. With his last power, he punches him using his head many times and is able to knock him down. Woo doesn't stop there and punches him many times. But, Ha-Joon comes to stop him from doing that. On the other hand, in the center of the city, Seok throws a tantrum with a gangster and they fight. Because of his skills, Seok can beat them only by himself. His action appears to be seen by a gangster leader. This leader asks him to join them and offers to train under him. It turns out that he is now a gang member who works as a bouncer. In prison, Woo now is strong enough. Now, his training has become sparring with his teacher. Woo still always gets beaten by Ha-Joon. But at a moment, he is able to beat his teacher. Ha-Joon is very proud of him, and it turns out that today is his last day here. At the last moment, they are very sad over this separation. Several days Woo is still not able to move on from his memory. The next day, the nimble short man takes advantage of Ha-Joon's leaving to fight this nerd. First, Woo refuses, but this short man gives him a good offer. He will follow everything that Woo says. Woo asks him if he won, this nimble short man must not bully anyone again. And the date is set along with the bets. The day has come, everyone is ready and waiting for Woo. But, he hasn't appeared yet. It turns out that he has a visitor, Seok, who wants to threaten him again by saying that he is now a gang member. He is always waiting for that day when Woo is free. Now, Woo is coming to his fight. Without saying much, they start fighting. This nimble short man has the same styling fight with game Taken character, martial law. By using his speed, he kicks Woo many times without getting back. Now, Woo is using his teacher's fighting style, MMA, and it works. But, this short man is able to handle it and turn things around. Now, both of them have been hurt. But finally, Woo is able to lock him tightly and the fight is over after the officers come with Woo as the winner. Now, the gang leaders keep their promise. Furthermore, they become friends and spend time together. The day of Woo's leaving has come. Before he leaves, he visits his practice field with Ha-Joon. When he is about to leave by walking, Seok is there waiting for him. Without saying anything, they go to the nearest field to fight there. They begin their brawl by punching each other. Seok knocks Woo down multiple times as a result of his experiences as a criminal and athlete. But, with his tenacity, he does not give up and continues to rise. Woo recalls the technique Ha-Joon taught him in these critical situations. He is now employing it by striking Sok in the eyes with a powerful spined punch, causing him to lose control and fall to the ground. Woo has now been declared the winner. Woo visits Ha-Joon in prison as his teacher at the end of the film. Ha-Joon is now proud of his student. They are chatting about the shark, which is vicious and always awake. Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on notifications and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.